Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I am your homegirl Ella. Hey girl, hey. And today, if you don't clicked on this video, you already know we finna do a girl talk. Okay, so this one is a little different. This is for my younger ladies who may just be starting their period and they trying to figure out what is going on. Like, sis, I don't know what's going on, so I need your help. Big sis got you. So today we're going to jump right in. I'm going to be discussing how to insert a pad, how to properly clean yourself, how to just stay fresh while you're on your menstrual. Blood stinks. I said it. It stinks. Our body is detoxing. Our body are going through changes. We have hormones that are acting crazy. Just a lot of different things. So I'm going to tell you ladies some tips and tricks on how to keep that little kitty fresh, okay? So let's jump first. These are cotton panties. Cotton panties, brand new cotton panties. Yeah, y'all, they a little big because I got a lot of butt back there, okay? And we want something that's going to cover the entire bottom half of us. Okay, so we don't need them little cute little panties. We don't need none of that. We want something that's wide back like this at the bottom, that's going to allow our pad to sit there and not ride up in between our crack area, because then that's going to cause your pad to fold or to shift, and you do not want that, because if your pad folds or shifts, then guess what, you're more bound to mess up your pants, your panties and your pants, and that's not cute. Who wants the blood booty? Nobody. So you need to find cotton panties that's breathable, that allows air to, circulate down there, as well as absorb moisture, as well as putting the pad in its place and keeping it there. So let's invest in some good cotton panties. And make sure that you have menstrual panties and then you have everyday panties. Your menstrual panties are more bound to get messed up, and you don't want to use those every day. So make sure you have separate menstrual panties just for that time of the month. You can go and resort back to those panties, and I don't care if they get messed up, this is what they're for. And we want to make sure that we are cleaning those panties differently from our normal panties. Like, I want to make sure you have the normal panties just as clean now, but menstrual panties, they may be stained, they may be messed up, so you're gonna have to get those a little more TLC than normal. So we want to make sure that we have two separate panties, lady, two separate piles of panties: menstrual panties and everyday panties. And menstrual panties, I would suggest going up a size, or making sure that they have some good hold to them. And I say good hold because, like I said, you're going to be inserting a pad here. And you want to make sure those panties are able to maintain the spot that you put them in. And like I said, they don't move around. Because once the panties move around and they start to shift and go everywhere, your pad is going to go wherever that panty is. Okay? So, yes. That's first and foremost. Secondly, we want to discuss what are your options. This it's a always ultra thin pad. Now, most ladies or most young women that are starting their periods, I would think that you are school age. Like, you're starting your period, you're a school age girl. Now, you want to invest in something like this, which is ultra thin, very discreet. You don't want to be walking around with a bulk down there when you're on your period, because then that makes you more self-conscious. Like, can somebody see it? Am I walking funny or anything? These are more like a panty liner, but they're a little bit thicker and more observant. So they hold more without giving you that incentive that you have on a pad. Okay, that look. So now I'm going to open this up so you guys can see how it looks. This is in the nice discreet bag. You always want to make sure you keep this little wrap, and I'm going to tell you why in just a second. So you're going to peel this little part back. It's like a little door. Make sure you're ripping it gently, because you're going to need that bad. You're going to open it up. Now, one thing about pads, they run in different sizes, from 1 to 6. Most people don't know that. Now, you need to watch your flow. And when I mean your flow, how much blood you're losing or how much blood you're accumulating. If your flow is very, very heavy, you need to go up in a size. So, size range from 1 to 6, like I said, and you're going to go by how much blood you have. If you're just like spotting and your period is light pink, not really red, not really heavy, then you're probably a 1 or a 2. If you're a moderate to mid range, then you're probably a 3 or 4. If you're real heavy and you're constantly changing your pads, constantly filling up a pad, you're a 5 or a 6. Those are much bigger, they're more absorbent, and they are much thicker. So that's how you range your pad usage or your pad size. So you need to watch your flow, ladies. Don't just let it go and you don't have the right equipment down there to suit you, because then you run the risk of messing up your clothes. And who wants to mess their clothes up, especially if you're at school, out in public, and you can't get to an area where you can clean yourself properly like you would at home. You want to make sure that you're keeping yourself as secure as possible. So let's watch that. Now, this pad here is a size 3. I usually do 3s because my flow is not that heavy most months, but since I'm on birth control, my flow is tweaking a little bit, you know. So I'm keeping different size pads on hand. Now, this is what you call a always wing pad. Now, it looks normal, right? If you was to take this off, now you're going to peel the back off, of course. You're going to peel the back off and keep this little sheet with you. You're going to lay that down, and then, of course, this is how it looks. And then it looks like a normal pad. Now, watch this, because this is the back of the pad. This right here is the back of the pad. This is where your bottom is going to sit. And as you can see, it has the lines down, indicating that that is the top portion of the pad. You want to make sure your vagina is sitting right here in the center of the pad. So that way, in case you lean back or you shift forward, these two portions of the pad is able to catch that leakage, and you won't mess up your clothes. Because guess what, ladies? The blood booty doesn't always happen in the back. Sometimes you can get it in the front as well. It depends on how you shift, what's your flow like, and what type of situation your pad is in. So you want to make sure you watch that. You always want to keep space in the top and at the back for different reasons. And sometimes you can have what we call bubbles. Now, especially like, let's say you're on your period and your period pretty heavy and you cough, you can feel it. You know, you can feel it. So you want to make sure you have that space in the front and that space in the back, because we never know what that bubble is going to be like. Now, looking at the center of the pad, you can see this little seal here. And once you peel that little seal off, it's going to open up 2 wings. This is what you call a pad with wings. And the wings are really good because, like I said, you want the vagina to sit in the center. As you can see, it's indicated right here. You want it to sit in the center. So that way, any blood flow could sit right there in the middle. Now, I'm pretty sure that the pad is absorbent all the way throughout, but I would think that this center portion is more, it got to be a little extra protection right there. It has to be. So moving on to the wings of the pad, you can see those are in the center of the pad as well, and that is to wrap around your underwear. That's why I said you want to invest in good secured underwear, because once you secure this pad and the seat of your panties is the driver of this car, baby. It's the driver. So wherever that panty go, sis going with it. You have to watch where you have your panties and how your panties are fitted. You want to make sure you're getting your size. I know it's like a little controversial, spoken, unspoken rule that your panties don't supposed to be big. But sis, if you have thick thighs and legs and butts and all that, your panties are going to be big. It doesn't matter. Who wants to be, we all want to be thick but have small panties. No, that's a recipe for a yeast infection. And you don't want to crawl up that battle. Like, no, choose your battles wisely. You don't want to do that. So, get those big panties. And F who don't like it. Okay, back to topic at hand. So, I have my clean panties here. Brand new. So, you see, this is the front of the panty, of course. And this is the back. Now, you want to open up the seat. Now, everybody know panties come with a lining. They come with a line right here. That indicates this is the vagina area. Now, you want to make sure that those panties has a white lining. Always. I don't care. Always have a white lining. So, this is the seat of the panties. You're going to take your pad, and I told you, the arrow should face down. You see? My arrow is facing down. And I'm going to take the center of my panties. I'm going to put the arrow a little bit above the first line at the top. Boom. The little star or flower, whatever that is, should be a little bit past the second line at the bottom. Like that. You want to make sure it's stuck and it's secure. The adhesive is on the panties. And now I got my two little flappies open, right? I'm going to cuff that around and secure it to the back of my panties. I'm going to do the other side exactly how that one is done. Now, I can't do this perfect because I'm holding it up, girl. They usually on my legs. So, I'm going to secure both of the wings around the sides of the panties. Around the side. So, you should have something like this. Yours may be a little cleaner than mine. Maybe, did a little better than mine. But, like I said, I usually have these on my legs. So, this is how your pads should sit off of your panties. Okay? You see that? That's how that should look. Just like that. In the center of your panties. So, you're going to take your pad. You're going to take your panties. And this is how your panties should look. In the center. Do you see the wings around the bottom of the pants? This is where your pants is going to go. So you have this security here. And that is put in place so that way if your panties shift or move side to side, your pad is going to go wherever your panties go. That's why that wing is there, to keep that pad in the center of your panties, to protect your flow. Now, we have our pad there. Okay, cool. We want to make sure that we have the pad in the right spot. Not too far up, not too far back, directly in the center. Also, that's one option. But if you're a little more advanced and you are starting to get irritated with the pads, let's say you're playing sports, you don't really want to do pads anymore, you have the option of what you call the tampon, or tampax is a brand. So a tampon is just like a pad, except for you insert a tampon. Now, insert. Girl, what were you talking about, sis? What are you talking about? Okay, sis, come a little closer. I'm going to tell you. Now, tampons you have to be very, very careful with. You want to make sure your hands are washed and clean. Your vagina area is clean and secure. And what I mean by clean and secure, you want to make sure that your hands are washed, your vagina is clean. So that, like, if you don't went to the bathroom and you don't used it and you don't cleanse yourself with tissue, you always want to follow up with a wipe. Some people use baby wipes. Some women use flushable wipes, feminine wipes. Personally, I use honeypot. Girl, let me take the baby stick off of honeypot. These are honeypot feminine wipes. They are for intimate, body, and face. I use them for my intimate area just because I like the smell. They are cruelty free. They are just, you know, safer to use. I would think. I don't like Summer's Eve or Vagisil. I just think those are way too harsh. And these are sensitive. So you just you clean yourself with the tissue. And one thing you want to do is make sure you're cleaning from front to back. We, as ladies, we have, let's just pretend this is our vagina area. This is the top. This is the back. That's the booty hole. So you want to make sure that you are cleaning front to back. Front to back. You do not want to clean like this, because you run the risk of having an infection. You run the risk of getting BV or just transferring different germs from different areas. So you want to watch that. Now, I know some ladies are more experienced and they know how far back to go and, you know, stuff like that. So they clean differently. I would suggest cleaning front to back. You don't want to put back booty hole germs in your vagina area. Just no. No. We clean our body out from the back door. So why would you want the trash from the back door coming to the front of your house and your house is clean? Don't do it. So clean front to back. Make sure that area is clean. You want to use tissue first. Clean it up as much as possible with tissue. And then follow up with however many wipes. Now, this honeypot wipes are going to keep that area smelling as fresh as possible. We want to make sure it's smelling as fresh as possible, girl. Fresh, because like I said, blood stink. We want to make sure she's smelling as fresh as possible. So I will use however many baby wipes make you feel comfortable, or however many wipes make you feel comfortable. So yes, that's first. Then you want to take the tampon. You want to rip it off here. Rip it open. Now your tampon is going to come out like this. Right? This is how it looks. Don't stick this part in there, boo. No. It goes here. This part here is going to be stuck up into the vagina. But first, we're going to pull this part down. So it's going to be long like that. At first it may be up some, you know, short, bunched up. You want to pull it down until you hear it click, or you feel it tug like it's secure now. Now you want to insert it. So this is, let's see, this is the vagina. You want to insert it at an angle. We are not made up and down like that, no matter how people want to say we are. You want to insert it at an angle. So you're up and back. So like this. So it's going to go in the vagina like that. And don't stick it farther than this. Okay? So now, once you got it inserted in the vagina, you're going to press that in. And this is going to look like that on the inside of your vagina. Like this. Once you press this in, this is going to start to release out. Like that. Okay? So that's how it's going to look in there. Then you're going to pull, let me get my model back. Then you're going to pull this part down. It's going to release this little stringy. That's going to hang out of your vagina all day. Well, not all day, because you're not keeping this in. You're not keeping this in all day, guys. No. So this is going to hang out your vagina as long as you have this tampon in. This is what you're going to use to remove the tampon out of your vagina. So this is how it's going to look. Ding a ding 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 ding. If you want to, you can just let it hang in your panties, or you can place it back like that. Place it up, place it back, whatever. Just get rid of it. Some ladies tuck it in. I know strippers do it. Some ladies tuck it in. It all depends on you. So as you have this in your vagina, that white part, as you leak and flow, this is going to actually expand open. If you can see on the tampon, it's like little lines and stuff like that. It's actually going to expand open like this. And this is going to absorb all the blood that's leaking. Once this is filled, it's going to let you know. That's why the next step is very important. The next step is very, very important. So you can either use a pad if you're a heavy. Tampons are just like pads. They come in different sizes. You have regular, super, and super plus. So you need to know which size you need. Just like a pad, it depends on your flow. If you are not that heavy, you can use a regular. If you are in mid-range, use a super. If you are a heavy flower, use super plus. And I also noticed that if you are a heavy flower and you move around a lot, get the sports version of a tampon. They have a sports version for people who are active, and you can get sports plus, and that may help you. So, and also make sure you're changing your tampon, I would say, more often than you change your pad, because your pad is just flowing, it's sitting there, your blood is just flowing out. You have this inserted, so the blood is not flowing out until you release this out. So I would say change your tampon as much as possible. You need to carry several with you, and I would say get a little like a little makeup bag and have your items in there, like your wipes, your pads, your tampons, and some panty spray and some extra panties. So you can either have the tampon in and keep your pad on, or you can remove the pad. And when you remove the pads, ladies, this is what you're going to do. If it's time to change the pad, you're going to roll her up by rolling down like that, burrito style. And then you're going to take the end of the wings and you're going to close it up on both sides. And why I said keep this, when it's time to when you open a new pad, you're going to keep this portion. Don't throw it in the garbage right away. You're going to keep that. Roll your disposed pad away. The pad that's been used, you're going to roll it away into the new wrapper from the new pad. And then you're going to take that little top part that sealed it at first, seal it again, dispose it in the garbage. And most women bathrooms, we know they have the little thingy, so you don't have to throw it in the garbage. You can throw it in there. Do not throw it in the toilet. I don't care. Don't throw it in the toilet at all, because it's going to flood the toilet, and that's going to be more embarrassing than putting the pad in the garbage. So dispose of it like this. If you want to be more discreet and you are embarrassed by your period, some ladies are embarrassed, just wrap it up in tissue, and it's much easier to discard because the blood or nothing won't seep onto the tissue. So you have that security by it being rolled up. It conceals the blood, conceals the smell and everything, and then wrap it in the plastic. That's another layer of protection. And then wrap it in tissue, and that's more secure to discard like that. So always make sure you keep the wrapper from the new pad when you're getting ready to change your pad. As well as the tampon, you can always wrap this up in tissue really well, and then put it off in the garbage like that, because the tampon is a lot more open than a pad is. So back to inserting the tampon, you can use the pad and keep that in your panties for an extra protection layer, or you can use what we call panty liners. These are so small and discreet. You can have these literally anywhere, girl. You can put these in a trainer bra and won't nobody see them. That's also another trick, but I'll give y'all that later. So look, this is how a tampon come. Once again, do not discard this. We're gonna take it. Tampon go either way, it don't matter. Take this. This is how it looks. Take the center of your panties, put it here, and that's how that should look. You really should not even tell that it's there. Vagina sits there, and if the tampon is overfilled, you will feel the leakage off into the panty liner or the pad. So that way you have that protection, because sometimes when we're in school, a tampon is so easy to work with, you forget that they are there. So yeah, if you start to fill up or you overflow with a tampon, and see, a tampon has this extra, as you can see, the string is thin right here, and then this a little more thicker. That's because this is a protection layer. So if this part of the tampon fills up, you have this little bit of protection to keep you from messing up your clothes, but sometimes that doesn't always work. So then you want an extra layer of protection by having a a panty liner or a pad in your underwear. So when that fills up, you have this to let you know, hey girl, it's time to go change this out because this ain't working no more. So this definitely gonna keep you from getting a blood booty when all else fails. Okay, so make sure you have something in your underwear to keep you protected when your tampon fills up. So now we got the panty liner in. The panty liner you're gonna roll up and change just like a pad. One thing that I do when I change my tampon and I have a panty liner on, I would take the panty liner, put the tampon in the middle, and roll the tampon up. So put it in the middle, roll the tampon up. Now I got it like this. Put it in this paper again, roll that up, tissue in the garbage. So now this is how you discard a pad. This is how you discard a tampon in the panty liner. Rolled up, wrapped in tissue, in the garbage. Okay? So, as far as putting on the pad, as far as putting on the tampon, you want that extra off of smell good. This, our honeypot reawakening jasmine panty spray. Now you can always use this. Don't spray it on your vagina. Don't spray it on your vagina. Do not spray it on your vagina. Spray it on your panties. Okay? So you're gonna hold your panties. Of course, your panties gonna be in between your legs. You're gonna hold your panties 8 to 10 inches away from you, and you're gonna take this spray it on the panties. Skirt. Apply your pad. Apply your panty liner. Clean your vagina. Make sure that smelling good. And the way to keep that smelling good is using the honey pot sensitive vagina wash. So you shake this up really well. Shake. You spray 3 pumps onto your washcloth. Make sure you're using always a white washcloth. Do not use color washcloths because they have dye in them. So you always want to use a white washcloth, and make sure you're cleaning that really well with the honey pot wash. And I love the fact that a honey pot wash, you can actually get up in the crevices of the vagina, but do not go inside of her. She's doing her own little thing in there. She got that covered. You just cover the out portion of it, but you also could move your, I think it's called labia. You can move the lips of your vagina open and clean that little crevice right there. So you can use the honey pot wash to clean that part and clean the outside of homegirl. Okay? So those 2 things, you want to make sure you're using this to clean her. And then spraying this on your panties. Make sure your panties are clean, ladies. Using this on the outside of your panties, and then follow up with whatever you have going on. So that's how to keep her fresh and smelling good. How to use a tampon and a pad. How to discard a tampon and a pad. How to put them inside your panties and make sure, like I said, your panties are fitting really well. And also, when you spray that, make sure you air your panties out just a little bit, so that way when you put your pad on, your pad could stick. You don't want it to put it on the spray and the spray is wet and then it don't stick and then your pad moves. So make sure it's dry first. And then also, when you use the bathroom, make sure you follow up with your wipes, and then just do that, your wipes and your wash. Now, if you are home, I would say wash your vagina every time you change your pad or change your tampon. That's what I do personally. But if you don't want to do that as many times as that happens, you can always follow up with your wipes. But I would say use your wipes for outdoors when you can't personally take care of your hygiene how you want to if you were home. So yes, that's all I have for you, ladies. Don't be embarrassed by your period. Your period is a part of life. It's a part of you growing into a woman. It's a beautiful thing. Like, we the only people that get it. We're the only gender that get it. It's what sets us apart and make us more unique than ever. Don't be sad if you haven't started your period yet. I'm pretty sure sis is coming, knocking at your door, girl, real soon. Real soon. And those who are not getting their period, when you do get your period, you will get it once a month. And your cycle will be between 28 to 30 days. And from a length of, some people go 3 days, some people go 7 days. It just depends on how your sis want to visit you, okay? You cannot determine how long it stays, how long it lasts, or whatever. That's just our body telling us, hey, I run this show. Don't try to stop your period. Another that, girl, that's a whole nother situation. If you are getting your period and you're sexually active, you need to have a conversation with your parent about different preventative measures, as far as like birth control and condoms and everything. And especially if you are a beautiful young lady at that age where you are thinking about sex and getting those urges and things, I would definitely go to somebody that you can trust and talk to them about it, because you do not want to be out here confused and having those thoughts and being pressured into something that you may be ready for or something that you may not be ready for. Also, know that birth control is always an option. The best part about being a woman and standing on your own 2 feet is controlling your fertility. You do not want to become a teen parent at a very young age and you're not ready for that, sis. Live your life, be beautiful, be brave, and don't ever feel like you need to give your body to someone to be considered grown or not a lame or anything like that. That is your body, sis. You control when you want to give your body up, how you want to give your body up, and definitely who you want to give your body up to. Don't let him make you feel like you have to do anything. You don't. So make sure those conversations are being had, ladies. What else? And I always feel like if you want to reach out to me, that's fine. I don't mind at all. You can leave a comment down below, or you can hit me up on Instagram if you want to have a personal conversation. So yes, I will give you the best advice that I can give you, but I also will encourage you to reach out to somebody who knows you personally and have your best intentions at heart. If you feel like your parents are, against birth control, make sure you are using condoms. Because your period is the start of womanhood. And womanhood leads to motherhood. So you want to make sure you are covering all aspects of your life, all aspects. Y'all know I can't talk. But you want to make sure you're covering yourself in every area, okay? So protect yourself, keep yourself clean, and value yourself. See you guys in the next video. Do not forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit that post notification bells so you can know every time I and don't forget, if you want to connect with me any type of way, far as conversing back and forth, advice, or business inquiries, you can hit me up at ellamarie_2 times. I'm gonna have it on the screen somewhere right here, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.